Guys, now we're back on the second part of a wavetable. Today we'll be discussing about the patches that you can make. So I have a wavetable here, and on that I have a basic MIDI note going on. It's just this notes. So first of all, I'm gonna start with bass, and if you can see, the wavetable at this moment is very basic. There's nothing about it. So let's start with the wavetable now. Since we have two oscillators in this here, I'm just gonna get it up. Yeah, better. So since we have two oscillator frequencies to have more of a bass sound, just as you can hear right now, not a sound like that, but a sound somewhere around here. So let's find something which will give us that feel. So at this point I think I like the sound where it is, but I think we can make it somewhere even better. So I'm just gonna see if I can reduce it since it's a bass. Okay. So at this moment I have that first oscillator at this point. Now since I have a frequency which will possibly at a lower octave in an oscillator 2, which will give me something of a higher frequency, right? So let's see what we can go for. Now since the oscillator 1 and 2 both working, but I need some movement in it. So the way to put movement in it is add an LFO. So the first one, I think I'm already at a pretty good point where how I want the sound to be. So let's just go with the position 1 of our LFO and just, that's it. I think at this point it was pretty good. Now let's check with the oscillator 2, and I'm going to use the LFO second one, and I think I can reduce it down even more. Let's go with oscillator 2 and LFO 2. So at this point I think I'm pretty happy with where it is. I think since I've already lowered the speed of the first oscillator and added an LFO at 27 with at a 33%, if you can see here. At the same for the oscillator 2 I have done at a 50 because I like the sound which is at this part. And then on the oscillator 2 I think since I've reduced the speed here, I'm gonna increase it. So now at this point I have a basic idea where I want to take the sound. So now what I'm going to do is handle the frequency of the first one, because I'm getting a higher sound from this side. So I just want the lower sound from lower frequency from the first oscillator. So I have my first oscillator working. So at this point I would like to add some motion to it and make it even better. So I have this filter frequency 1, I'm gonna add an LFO to it. I think I need to go a little faster. And maybe even add do the same thing for the second frequency, but maybe things I'm good, or maybe it's not needed. Okay, so that I have a basic baseline, and maybe I can even add a sub. Yeah, so I have a sub here. If you can see, if I just turn it off, and there is the option sub, and I can add whatever octave I need in the sub, right? The sound may be a little bit low right now. If I increase it, you may hear it, right? So let's keep it at an octave and add a frequency 1. You can hear the sound a little change, right? It got more body. And let's add oscillator 2. So this is a basic sound that we have started with, and if I add more things, the sound will change. I don't think so echo is needed, and even reverb maybe adjust it a bit needed. So that we had made our bass. This time, instead of going with a single line, we're gonna make a something with a chord pattern. Okay, so I'm just gonna take it. Actually, I can just take that and just first put it in a higher octave. A, E, and there's a D. So I have a sound which I have no idea what chord pattern and what it is. Need to give it a little bit more movement. And since I have the wavetable, I think it's at a very basic position. And let's make a pad, I would say. Let's go with something else now. Since we already gone with the bass, let's do something else with this. So since we're going with a pad, that means I don't need it very harsh. I need it at a very soft point. So let's go with something more softer. Okay, let's add an LFO to it. I don't like it being at that point where it's like I need it to be moving at a faster rate, I would say. Okay. Since we're making a pad, I want it to be slow and moving. It doesn't have to be very fast. I think I'm gonna need to add some shimmer to it. Let's see. Let's add some drive. Now if we add a bass, let's see what it sounds like now. So now I have a basic sound what I need, and maybe I think so I can do even more in this. Back to our wavetable, and here we have, actually since this is bass, let me just put it below, it will make it easier. And this is our pad, and I think pad is pink is good. Okay, and now I like the sound, but I think we can do better. And since it's a pad, that means it will always grow, like it will be a slow motion, right? So instead of making it like snap at a point, let's just make it flow slower. So I'm gonna go on the amp and make it a little bit slower. And maybe even add I'm gonna make the frequency also move with it. Okay, and maybe I will also mess with the resonance I want to. I don't think I like this one move. I need to sound good, but does not. I don't want to sound like this. Let's see how it sounds with the bass now. Let's add a kick. I think that will make it better. I'm not sure, but let's see. I need a very basic kick. I don't need anything massive. Yeah, better look. I'm not a very good beat maker, so please forgive me on that. And now we're gonna focus on the lead. You know, I can just go and just take a lead here and just be done with it, but what's the fun in that, right? So instead I'm just gonna take one just to hear it. Okay, shit, so I messed up a little bit. So for now I'm just gonna take this one and put it here. Okay, I don't want it to be this. Yeah, okay, I just want to check, you know, what are the characteristics of the lead that have been used here. As you can see, you know, I think there's a pretty good way you can use it to, you know, see what type of sounds have been used. As you can notice, I've been using my keyboard and mouse. I don't have any MIDI or anything like that because I'm not a piano player. Actually, I should also take my bass. Just let everything play. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm not been speaking a lot because I'm way too engaged in making. And I can just repeat it. It sounds already good. So with that, I have a basic lead pattern which I'm going to be using. I love melodic sounds. I love melodic sounds. For that reason, I have a tendency to keep on making sound like more fluffy, I would say. And this will be the lead, so I'm just going to write it lead for now. And let's make it green, even though green is for guitars, but why not? And now since we have it, let's go back to our wavetable. It need to be aggressive, it need to be brutal, as the name suggests. If you notice me that I'm going a little bit faster, I think the reason for that is I'm already messing with the sounds, okay? And I have already talked about in the overview what I'm doing. I need the basic fund that I'm looking for is I need it to sound good, I need it to sound heavy, and I need it to sound like in my face. It should be like just right there. I like it. So now, since this is a lead, I'm gonna keep the amp at a very sharp point. Okay, so I need a little bit sharpness, but if I use two oscillator with the both which are sharp, it is going to make it way too sharp and there will be too many high frequencies. One of the best way to make a sound is just go for a saw and just filter it out. Whatever part we need, just keep it that one and remove the other part, and that will give you a pretty good sound that you would need. If you remember, I had chosen a preset and it had a saw PWD tune, but I'm not going to use it. It's pretty good already, but I think it lacks character and motion, so let's add some motion to it. I'm also gonna mess with the oscillator 2 position. Oh, I like it. And now, wait a minute, how does this sound? And now I think so I need to handle both of the frequencies separately, because from the from the oscillator one I need more of the sharpness, which I'm getting it, and from the second oscillator I need more of the split. Yeah. And maybe on the second filter I will add the envelope too. So we have started with the basic. I'm just gonna add one more behind below it, just to show you where we are now. First we were here and now we're here. I think so I can make it better. I think so I've made it. And I think so I'm gonna take some, let's hear it. Okay, so now at this point we have a lead, a bass and a pad. Next we can add a pluck. We're back. I would like to see what the pluck sound. I think the basic idea of the pluck sound, it will be something which for me it will be more of a mellow sound, but at the same it will have the characteristics of lead, but it will come and go very quickly, in the sense the amp will be very sharp. Since it's a pluck rate, it will come and go away. So I'm gonna go and make it like that. And since we already have a lead, I don't want to do the same thing in this, and I think I'm already very close to the pluck sound I want just with the basic, but since we're gonna make it better, I may change it and make it a little bit RP, I would say. So with that I have something like that sound, and let's go see how it goes with this. I think so I need to increase the octave because they're playing in the same range, I would say. I don't want them to play this. I don't want them to clash a lot. Okay, so we are making a pluck, and I'm just going to duplicate it and let's hear it. So I need to make a pluck sound, right? So for me the pluck sound usually have a lot of the basic funda for me. The pluck sound is something which sounds like marimba or something like that. So if you have right that, and then I can play with it and just go with it, but let's go with something else. And since the lead is already very sharp, so I'm not gonna play around those points. As I already told you, since it's a pluck, it will come and go very fast. And I think so I can mess around with this area. So the wavetable position for the second one using LFO2. Let's give it that. What else we can do? Pluck will come very fast. It will go away, but still. And then let's add some maybe reverb to make it sound a little bit lushy. The reverb I will need something bright. And I can also add a delay. So let's hear it. Yeah, they're clashing. I cannot have the same sound playing. I can still make it much plucky sound. I just need to make it go to the basic sounds. So with that I have the pluck. So now I have a bass. And now what I'm going to do is maybe take this pad and make it wider. Maybe basically the idea is to give it a feeling of a lead, like the type that we hear in the anthem, the chord pattern. So I have taken it, I think so, but I have to go back and get a new one. So the basic idea is to make it instead of going with a sound which is very mellow, it will be a more drastic and more aggressive sound. So let's start. At the same, I don't want it to mess around with the lead sound, so that is something I have to keep in mind. Okay, since I want to go with something aggressive, that means I will choose something which is about saw. And since I just mess with the pitch, I'm gonna mess with the pitch more. And maybe let's do something about the amp. Let's add an oscillator to it and make it much more bigger. I gotten something sharper from here, so I'm gonna go with something more bassy from here, as I said. I think though both the sounds have gotten a little bit similar. I think that's how I would need it. I think, yeah, it's going off. So here we have a first pad and here we have a second sharper pad. So that we have done a bass, a pad, a aggressive pad, a lead and a pluck.